How long has this little doxing spout been going on for? Just to
Bro,
ask.
my brother in Christ, Garion. This doxing spout has been going on since before you and me started our YouTube channels. Cynthia, the reason that I go after Tarek so hard,
Since before there was a YouTube.
I don't know Miss Cynthia, right? I don't really know her from Adam. I've talked to her a couple of times. I think this is the fourth time that our fifth time since Hanks was the fourth a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I witnessed what made me turn sour on Tarek, because Tarek has been on panel before Miss Cynthia ever was on my panel. And I kind of thought Tarek was a cool dude. But she was explaining how she wasn't. She said, "Oh, I was in the car." No, Miss Cynthia, you weren't even in the fucking car. You were down the fucking way. You were across the way down the street and fucking caught a stray from like a mile away. Like he was mad at Flo, so he doxed Cynthia for some reason. And then when I was like, okay, well, he's like, I got proof why Cynthia's a bad person and I should have doxed her. I'm like, okay, habibi. Tell me that proof. Show me that proof. He's like, oh no, it's too late. I can't show you the proof. I can't show you the proof. And then he proceeds to stream for 4 more hours with Miss Cynthia.
Yeah,
I'm like, just show the stream. Just show it.
He's put my name out there. He's put my phone number out there. Not once have I put out a name. Have I put out a phone number? Like, I don't understand his line of reasoning. And you can't question him about it. Like Ortho just said, you will ask him and he'll switch it around on you really quick. Like there's nothing you can ever do or say to someone like Tarek. There's nothing you could ever do or say to someone like Lindsay to get them to see who they are or where their era and thinking is.
Then why continue to give them attention?
Exactly. I feel like we should just cut these people off.
And you're right. Y'all are so right that they will get you pulled in. You're like, bro, quit saying these things.
It's the last ditch effort. When you start to move on and you start to ignore them, that's when they go 3 times harder and they double down to try to pull you back in. You gotta make it through that last hump. And then every once in a while, randomly, your name might come up, but it'll never be the same. And eventually, you'll fade. You know, they'll forget about you. Because these people are energy vampires.
Yeah, I don't even allow those people in my panels. Nope.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with any of these people that you're mentioning. They don't do that.
What do you mean they don't?
I was gonna say, was that me or did he die for everyone?
I think no, he muted himself. I don't know why.
Dennison, you're muted. Oh.
No, his mic probably cut out.
Dennison is correct. I covered this in the Machiavelli stream. I wish I would have thought that opportunity. So there are 2 ways to deal with the wannabe Machiavellian people, and that's be direct with them, hammer them each and every time if you have the energy for it. But if you truly want them to leave you alone, it's to ignore them no matter what they say. You can employ either or strategy. It works. But I have the energy to argue with them because I think it's funny.
Do you think they're mainly going after Cynthia due to the fact that she's associated with Flo and they're trying to hurt her just to get to him? Or
no, I think
also.
I think the people that are going after, and I kind of did cover this with the Machine Lies on Hanks. I think that they're going after her because she's a woman and thus an easy target. I don't typically.
Well, that's bitch mate.
Yeah, I see. That's the thing.
How are women an easy target?
I am a misogynistic national socialist, right? I should be evil. I should not be defending these people. But it's like when I see men jumping into women's conversations feet first and trying to dominate, I'm like, nah, come do that with me. Come on. Don't do that with her.
It has something to do with Flo. It may not be 100% the reason, but it's definitely all because Flo plays a huge part in it.
That may be the Casus belly, but they're doing it because they're bitch made, is my point.
Yeah, they shouldn't be going after women, period. If this is mainly a Flo-related drama, I don't know why they can't just keep it that way. They don't need to be going after all these second and third parties.
Well, hold on one second. Grid, how are you doing? This is your first time on the panel. How are you doing today, bud?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Greetings.
Hello, Grid.
We're just covering drama that I accidentally slipped and fell in yesterday. So
yeah, I was kind of listening. I actually I don't normally stream on or jump on panels on Sunday, but everybody's asleep from we still had stuff left over from the 4th, so we just did a lot of grilling today, and everybody's like stuffed and passed out. So
They caught the Boondocks itis and fell
Yes.
asleep.
yeah, they're all full.
Big-
But this is an interesting thing to me. I find that I find that there's a couple of different things here. First, it's one thing, my opinion, right? It's one thing if a woman inserts herself into a situation and a dude goes after her because she's inserted herself into that situation. To me, it's another thing if I'm mad at you, for example, and I go after your chick, but she hasn't really said or done anything. That's beneath contempt, honestly. That's like, are you even a fucking dude? Right? Like,
I think it's a convenient mixture of both. I think there's a lot of
yeah,
jealousy and hatred and resentment for Flo,
yeah.
and Cynthia was prominent there.
Sorry.
She had a voice there, right? And I
Uh-huh.
think they also don't like Cynthia's views or opinions, and they find her intimidating, similar to how they feel about Flo. She's a good proxy for the main target.
Mhm.
Well, getting back to what Grid was saying, right? Cynthia's not even Flo's woman. She's just some random woman that Tarek
Sure.
just basically turned
Yeah, I
around
was
to
just
and went, "Ah!"
using that as an example, right? Like it's just any it could be
They're going after Snow too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
yeah. I saw
Holy
Snow.
crap.
I saw and I don't know Snow. I don't know a lot of you guys, so bear with me here. But I saw that Snow said something in the chat that they had kind of gone after her too. I just find it interesting in this space that we have quite a few people that tend to be. It's one thing to be like patriarchal and believe that women have their roles and men have their roles, and that's one thing, right? Like that's a belief system. It's not meant to be punitive or anything like that. It's a completely different thing to be a weak motherfucker that just targets the weak, right? Because you can't take the heat of somebody that you actually want to go after, right?
Yeah.
Because you're weak.
Well, I don't think I'm viewed as weak, or I'm only speaking for myself. I don't think that you really want to go after Flo because they really don't want to burn that bridge all the way with Flo. Like if there's still a chance they can be cool with Flo, they want to take it. So it's easier to go after somebody next to Flo than it is to actually go after him because they don't mind burning a bridge with me.
But wouldn't that also burn a bridge with Flo regardless once he finds out that that person is going after people that are somewhat close to him?
Well,
Yes,
I would think
Flo
so,
is
but
an honorable man.
you're giving people a lot of credit for thinking ahead. I would think so, but I've noticed that in this space, in this arena, people don't think ahead, man.
Yeah,
They really don't.
I know people. Yeah, Grid, I do agree with you. I know a lot of people around here are stupid. Just keep it a buck. But honestly, when it comes to a lot of panelverse drama, it depends on the individual. And I don't think Flo specifically, even though he is a little bit goofy every now and then, I don't think he's stupid. And I think that if this were to get back to him, I don't know how much he knows about it when it comes to all the other people getting doxxed around him. But if it does go back to him, it's going to cut ties. He's going to cut ties with those people regardless.
Right.
It just seems logical to me.
Well,
He already did.
Yeah, that's all. Well, there you go.
Keep in mind, though, that they're not necessarily trying to cut ties with Flo. They're trying to cause division amongst Flo's camp.
Right.
Flo, why are they going after me and you're not sticking up for me? You must believe them. Like they're trying to get Flo and Cynthia or Flo and Snow or Flo and Chuck because they are also attacking Chuck as well. They're just trying to divide each other.
Yeah, and they can also buy their way back on the panel. They both have bounties.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know. I haven't been on Flo's channel just a ton lately, right? Like I've been really busy with my own thing, and I like to go there. I like to hang out over at Flow sometimes, but so I'm not really up on the drama. I think it's interesting to hear about. I always think it's interesting when people go after someone other than who they really want to go at, or who they really should go after. I always think that's interesting.
Probably because they're not working. I don't honestly think that these doxers and all these other people are working as a unified group. Because if they're going after multiple people at the same time, it'd just be a lot easier to just dox Flow if he's the main target, and you just kind of trade all your effort on him, leave everybody else alone. But they're
It's
pretty
full blown fifis.
Yes,
We're talking about like Spurgathon level behavior, and so sometimes when you're in a group of Spurgs and doxers and all that, your interests align, right? Like sometimes the guy I really hate is also the guy you really hate. Otherwise, they're all just helping each other tear everybody down.
that is true. That is true. It just seems a little. Well, you are right. It just seems a little sporadic, which I guess is exactly what it is. Do any of y'all know exactly how all this started?
Yes. Actually, so Flow and Easy have not been friends for a while, and
Shocking.
where that
Ooh.
plays into, Lindsay dropped Easy's link. I don't know if it was in Flow's channel or his Discord, but because Flow and Easy don't get along,
It was
I
in
think
his
it was
live. His live.
I was gonna think it was in his live, and Easy was live at the same time. So he called Lindsay an airhead. She got very angry because he took her wrench and called her an airhead, and she kept like trying to manipulate him. She was like, "Oh, I thought we were friends." Da da da. And Flo was upset and angry, so he told her he don't give a fuck about her. Don't like that's stupid as fuck. Basically, like she promoted somebody that has attacked Flo on his stream. And then she preemptively doxed her own nudes on another person's stream because she thought Flo would do it. And like, yeah, everything's her fault. Everything is her fault. She's outright from the get. That's not me being Flo's friend. That's from her own fucking mouth. And when I gave her the opportunity yesterday to say her side of the story without any interruptions, because everybody on each side was coming in on OTWs, and he was just letting them come up and start yelling until I got angry. I was like, "Hey, can you drop them?" So it was like she wasn't able to actually give her side and give her story. And then when I asked her, was this all for entertainment? Was she serious? She got offended. Then when I said I was going to live stream it so nobody can say anybody's lying, I got even more offended. What she wanted to do was she thought she could manipulate me. She thought that she could probably get me to go against Flo, which I'm not going to do because Flo's done nothing wrong to me. Me and him don't agree ideologically. Boo fucking who. He's still a cool dude to talk to, and he's funny as fuck.
I find a lot of people, for some reason, think that just because people disagree, they shouldn't be friends or some crap like that. And I'm like,
that's because people don't have proper social skills.
I don't honestly care, right? Like, I don't care what somebody else believes. If they can hold a good conversation and keep their manners and understand boundaries and limits, then we can talk all day.
That's what I don't understand, because like I quite frequently tell you guys I'm a National Socialist, I'm a misogynist, right? And when I go on panels and leftists hear me, they act surprised, and I'm like, I tell you what I am. I don't talk about it too much unless people want to talk the politics. But why are you acting surprised when I hold the viewpoints that a National Socialist or misogynist are supposed to have? That's crazy. And these leftists, they get very angry, like, well, you guys shouldn't associate with Orthodox Guy. And they're trying to start a bunch of shit on me, and I'm like, why don't you guys have a conversation and be likable fucking people? And then you'll be able to have friends like I have.
All right. I think in order to explain this is kind of a wider issue, but I think a lot of social media has to do with it, due to the simple fact that it is ingrained in people's minds that, oh, if you don't like them for the slightest reason, you can just block them. And they take that same energy and that same mindset and apply it to real life people, which I do agree it works in some cases, but like it causes also a lot of unnecessary drama because you can't just ignore a person whole ass.
Hi, Lawrence. I disagree, right? Because if it was just they could block them, they would just block me and not try to get other people to block me. Because those leftists never block me. They want to come at me and want to have a side chat debate when I'm talking to y'all on panel, right? And that's also how. And the reason I bring that up, that's also how Tarek and Lindsay operate. If you've actually paid attention, they'll be in the side chat talking a bunch of shit and trying to put their story out in the side chat so that people doing the panel can't really address it in time. That's why I called Lindsay onto OTW's panel, because I kind of view myself as a peacemaker, because if we deal with the drama and we either decide, hey, let's not fuck with each other or let's go back to normal, right? There's peace, and you can stop dealing with the same drama and bullshit, and then you can go back to having fun, talking about culture and politics and whatever else you want to talk about without interruption. And it works better that way. Plus, you provide Jerry Springer entertainment while you're kind of doing the peace negotiations and shit amongst individuals. So it kind of works out on all fronts, in my opinion.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that as a valuable option. But what do you think the mindset comes from of them obviously trying to bait and switch or do some type of baiting in order for you to, get not only just get their attention, but also address the drama while also not addressing it at the same time? It does seem like a waste of time, at least to me, but maybe it has something to do with, attention seeking.
That's exactly what it is. These people are not socialized properly, like I believe you and Grid had said. These people are not socialized properly, so any form of attention, even if it's negative and it's degrading, they're okay with. And I think some of the people that I've talked to on here, like Melanie Cosmic Fox, I think they have a degradation kink themselves as well.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, Miss Cynthia, he does dox you here, and I want to prove without a doubt that he doxes you. Do you mind if I share his community post?
He doxed me several times.
All right. Well, I'm going to take that as it's okay for me to share his community post. As you see, he says her name, her real name, calls her trash. And he literally is trying to just be a bitch and talk shit. And seems like it's been going on for quite a while. Does he also private his community posts, like his streams?
I'm confused about his motivation.
His motivation is he wants Lindsay to send him nudes.
It's a lot easier to get Lindsay to send you nudes than to harass Cynthia.
His Riz level is quite low if that's the case.
Yeah, he does not need to bully Cynthia for that.
Yeah, and it's not just Lindsay; it's many. It's his pattern, and that's his attention-seeking aspect in himself as well. Him and Lindsay have the same thing. They're both attention-seeking. Same with Snafu, Illumitami. That's all attention-seeking.
Well, I think everybody who streams, right? I think everybody who streams has, and even Flo said this, but I've said it before I ever even came to this side of politics, and this is how I say it. Every person who streams is a little bit of an attention seeker and a little bit of a narcissist. They want that attention. They want to create content. They want to be able to talk to people, and they kind of want to control the conversation. We all hold panels.
Those are character traits that everybody has. But when they do that, that is the specific trait that is paramount.
Mm-hmm. And I think that when it comes to people like Tarek, he wants to be okay. I think his motivation is he wants Lindsay to send him nudes, right? But he doesn't want to directly ask for them. He wants to be rewarded for being a white knight, because in his mind, him asking for them is bad or it degrades him.
Ooh.
Damn.
No, you gotta. It's the first lesson in sales. If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
But that's the thing. You hear him talk about porn, and you hear him talk about whenever I make the accusation or mess with him about it, you hear what he says. But
are you sure that's his motivation?
Yeah, I don't think that's his motivation.
I absolutely
what do. You
do.
think,
I think
Cynthia?
it is his motivation.
I think he's a predator, and I mean that in the sense of he's looking for somebody to dominate. I think that for whatever reason, he feels that need to dominate someone.
Well, he can just go online.
This behavior is appealing to man. Man, look at the way Tarek's handling these women. He's not trying to get Lindsay nude. He's trying to dominate someone, to show that he too is a man, and to him, this is man behavior. This is how a man acts. They put women in their place.
So he's gay. He's gay. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the thing is, like, the domination thing, the being dominant and masculine, that should have the opposite effect. You should be trying to attract women with that. You should be trying to attract things from women with that. That's
it's got the same mindset of men bulking up in order to attract women because they think they like muscles. It has the exact opposite effect. If he wants to be so dominating all the time, he should go on one of those goofy little kink forums and sign up. He doesn't have to fucking get himself potentially arrested by revealing a person's information.
He doesn't see anything wrong in his behavior. And in his mind, I deserve this because I have not responded or done as he's told me to do. So this is the behavior you did. So this is your punishment. He's made this whole entire back and forth up in his mind. No matter what I do, he will always deem it punishable. And in his mind, he will always make up a reason why he does the thing he does.
What's the specific of the thing you didn't do that you were supposed to, that he told you to do?
So he believes that we gang up on people. So when we all go to the same panel, he believes that this is us ganging up. He believes that we group up together and we gang stalk. Gang stalk.
So you're telling me he's doxing you because he think he's getting virtually jumped?
Yes.
So,
unironically.
So my question then is, why doesn't he dox all of us?
Right, hold up, you guys throwing up gang sign and you didn't let me know? Damn.
Yeah.
He doesn't, take into account that we are all in the same algorithms, that we all follow the same people, that we get the same notifications. And if somebody's up on a panel talking about something that either A, I'm involved in, a part of, or know something about, of course I'm going to jump on that. For whatever reason, he takes none of that into consideration and only uses it to say, they did this, they stalk, look at their behavior, they're not playing fair, this is why I have to do this to show her to stop talking.
They won't let me play with their toys. I want to play on their sandbox. They won't let they got me over here all back of the bus and shit.
Yeah, that's the foundation of victimhood.
What kerfuffles me the most, I literally tried to explain that to him. I think it was on your stream when he started accusing me of gang stalking him with y'all. I'm like, you realize that we have the same people, the same notifications. If I'm in a Discord or in my Discord, a stream is posted because somebody's live and I see it's live and they're talking about it, I'm going to join panel because I like to talk shit. And I like to be part of the group and have fun, right? And I'm also networking. And this just went over his head, and he just went back to speaking his narrative of we're gang stalking. But bro, I don't care enough to gang stalk you. If you want to know the truth, with my electrical engineering background, I could very easily gang stalk you, but I don't care enough to do so.
Do people not realize? A lot of people, at least on these panels, don't realize how small the panelverse actually is. I got recommended at least 5 to 6 of these live streams all back to back in the past year and a half.
Well, it's interesting because I was actually having this discussion with Andrew a while back, and because I thought the panelverse was really small, and I was like, hey, should I not go on such and such a night because someone, because this other creator that I like they're going to be on and all that, and he was like, no, why would you do that? I'm like, well, I'm just trying to be cool, and he said something that's really, I think, really smart, and that is that there is this mentality that the panelverse is a zero-sum game, only X number of people out there, and all that, but the reality is that it's massive. Like, there's absolutely no reason why, if Andrew has 5,000 people live, I can't have 1,000 people or 10,000 people live. It's just simply learning how to to grow your channel, work the algorithms, and that sort of thing. And I got a big I got a big example of this. You know, we were my channel was doing between 80 and 120 people live this just about this time last year, and especially going into the fall, like in September, November, I was doing pretty good. And then all of a sudden, and I mean like in a week, it just dropped, bro. I mean, it dropped. Like I went from, pretty good to like, 20 people, 30 people. And I'd originally thought I was shadow banned, but the reality is I honestly believe that the algorithm, that I did something that pissed the algorithm off, and it just wasn't sending out the notifications. It wasn't sending out all of those things. And so when people start complaining to me now about, they're not getting views, they're not, whatever, I really feel like that they do think of it as a zero-sum game, and they're not going to other channels. They're not getting on other channels. They're not trying to understand what they've done to piss off or make the algorithm happy, or in either direction, right? So it really bugs me, actually, every time I hear somebody say that now, that there's only so many people. We're all part of the same community and all of that, because there are people that I never see on my show that'll be on Flo's show, and vice versa. So I don't know.
You do have to network in order to keep growing, and that's part of that's kind of what annoys me about Tarek.
Right.
Well, there is a Teriak and then there's a Tarek.
Yeah, Tarek. Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, but so Tarek doesn't understand that I'm networking. I'm trying to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, this drama that's going on, like, it's none of my business. I could care less. But I do stream with Flo, so I am going to have an opinion on it. And when you attack me for my opinion, then you draw me into it. Because, like, I've tried my best to understand where he's coming from. By the way, Lauren told me to remind you. Yes, we reached the bowl go. The archery videos will be coming soon. So, but like the thing is, he doesn't understand that different people are gonna join in and have opinions on the conversation, and it doesn't do good when one of the people, which I'm talking about myself here, wants to hear every side, and your side is constantly saying, "Oh, I'll send you the receipts," and either they never send you the receipts, or they send you the receipts and it's got personal information of the person that they're going against. And it's like, I asked you for receipts, not their personal information. It's like you kind of want me to do your dirty work for you when I share these receipts.
Right.
So that gets on my fucking nerves.
Well, that's always going to happen.
Well, I do also think that a lot of people, for some reason, they get into stupid little beefs with each other, or they just take things wrong way, things like that, and or they just don't have the right attitude for this, right? I've started to look around at people that seem stuck, right? And they're just not growing their channel, or the growth that's happening is not organic. It's because maybe they go to somebody and that more popular creator sends people their way, or something like that, or endorses them somehow. And it's really starting to really it doesn't aggravate me, but it's really something I'm almost tired of hearing about when I hear people talk about beefs and all that. I mean, I actually, I've got something going on with Jess White right now because they came in and started drama in my channel, and I've gone as far as I'm going to go with it, right? Like at this point, I just don't give a shit, and or I'm back to just not giving a shit. But but I really wish that most, especially small channels, would understand that a rising tide lifts all boats. And if you're on a stream with somebody like you and I are here right now, or Ortho Guy, and I called you 4 different kinds of motherfucker and all kind, and we just had a really good argument. It doesn't mean that I don't like you. It means that for the good of the show, that's part of what was needed, right? I felt like that added to the programming. But some people are just dumbasses and they can't understand that, and they don't belong in this space at a high level. And those people I leave behind.
They're not entertainers. They don't understand what it means to be an entertainer. We're not putting we may be honest and genuine about certain things, even most things, right? Mm-hmm. But we're not putting our true feelings, our true emotions. We're not taking things personal whenever we're on these panels. We're trying to create entertainment.
It's okay to take things personally, though. If you look at Andrew versus Destiny, right? Like, this is the best example I can give. Like, Andrew has said some really fucked up shit about Destiny and vice versa, right? But at the end of the day, I watched a stream where Destiny was like setting up this, a computer room studio kind of thing, and he's just sitting there working, talking to Andrew about various things, what he liked about something, what he didn't like, and it was just like 2 dudes shooting the shit. And then the next week, they were tearing each other apart in the debate. And this is the thing: if you're not going to be able to take it, if you can't distance yourself, you don't fucking belong here. You don't.
I want to give a little background. Flo's got a pet peeve or number 1 rule for his channel, and that is you do not drop lives. If he's live, you do not drop another live channel's link while he's streaming. Afterwards is fine, but while he's streaming, don't drop another live.
Yeah, and you don't even mention it.
And at that time, he had a beef going with Easy, and everybody knew it, which made it doubly worse when Lindsay dropped it.
Well, I mean, who doesn't?
Hit the panel if you got time, Flo. So, because we're talking about your drama.
Absolutely. Going back to difference between content creators, this applies to YouTube. This applies to the music industry. This applies to the Hollywood. There are certain people that just don't have that creative energy in them. And rather than learn it, I don't even know if they can learn it. They will go and try to feed off of somebody that does. Tarek's whole entire channel is nothing more than feeding off other people's content and beef, creating the beef to feed off of the beef. And when people who don't have that creative energy, they're going to lie, they're going to destroy, they're going to deceive, they're going to manipulate others that do have it to get it for themselves.
I do agree with that, but do you think that do you think that these people are consistent? Like, that's their main goal? Like, that's their niche that they're trying to make? Just drama farming?
I think they're jealous for whatever reason, whether it be I wish I had that personality, or I wish I was bold, or this or that, whatever it may be. It's some form of jealousy that they want, and they're going to do anything to A, get it, or destroy it.
So, is that Garian? How do you say that?
Yeah, you said it right.
All right, cool. I like to get people's names right. It's important. But
thank you, Grid. Appreciate it.
Bro, just the other day, right? It was about a week ago. I was on Jake Var's show, VOPod, and I was talking about some of the changes I'm making to my channel and some of the directionality that I feel like I need to go in, things like that, right? And another creator was on there, and all they talked about was drama. Like you've got to, if you don't have the drama, you create the drama, you got to have that, that gotcha, or that whatever bullshit. And I'm like, no, that's not how I do things, man. It's not how I've done anything so far. And we're not going to do it. I'm not going to change now. So what's up, Cynthia? I really do believe that while I absolutely 100% believe what you're saying is correct, but I'll add to it that there are people out there who not only can they only drama farm, it's their tactic. It's what they set out to do from the word go.
Yeah.
And sometimes it
Which
works.
is sad.
Sometimes it works. But oftentimes it's this roller coaster ride of people are really into you because the drama's interesting, and then they're not into you. And we can just look at, the Thorpes, for example.
Ooh, gross.
The Thorpes are a perfect example. Jess White's a perfect example. There's some others out there that's a perfect, that do the same thing. Ruby, Drama Farm, that kind of. So
that's a fact.
These are just. This is just, to me, it's just bad. Like, it's all like, I don't even want to watch it. Like, I just don't care. But there's a ton of people who do care, who just want to see train wrecks left and right, and so they get some success. But for me, it's it's not what I want to do. It's not my thing, right?
I agree.
And even though I'm a huge contributor to Flow, one night I made the mistake and was trying to let him know that somebody went live, and I blurted it out, and I got a 24-hour ban from chat and StreamYard.
Sure.
Did I go grab my pillow and cry? No, because I knew the next day that I'd be back, that he'd let me in. And I understood why he did it, because I violated rule number 1.
Well, that's the thing, right? These people act like not sharing somebody else's live when someone's live is like a really bad rule. That's directly taking viewers from your live. It's
Correct.
one thing to grow together and to help people grow, but to directly cause competition between the streams on purpose is retarded and could cause animosity.
Yeah, that's what happened between Flo and Mel Pandora. Somebody would mention Flo went live and her numbers would go drop. And she got mad as hell because that was happening. And that started that feud going.
Well, I mean, rightfully so, getting angry about it, but also, if you're gonna get angry about it, make your content better.
Yeah.
My niche is I do a variation, and I like to react to stuff mostly. But like you see in the chat, we're talking about an archery video I'm doing. Like, I try to give the people what they want. I try to do fun and interesting things, like doing game nights for people. Like, just make your content better. Don't be fucking petty.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
also,
make your content better.
You also gotta undo.
Oh, right here.
Based.
You
broke it.
No, I just popped.
Yeah, I'm the only channel that doesn't give a fuck what the viewers want.
Oh, Denizen, you asked for nudes while you was on Hanks, but you returned them. I don't know why.
How you return?
I already downloaded them to my Google Drive, so.
Why the heck would you give nudes and return them? The fuck?
See. The thing is, nobody really wants Chuck's nude, so we hit return to sender on them when we see.
That's right. It was just a joke.
Shit, Chuck's in my top 10 so far.
Because he had made that comment earlier over at Hank's channel where this started.
It was
I don't know. I don't know if this is a big dick joke or a fat joke. Either way, it's funny.
I got accused this morning of having a 12-inch pecker and being gay at the same time. So,
yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, that's different.
That is very different.
And if I got a 12-inch
Chuck doesn't actually do push-ups every morning. He just pushes the planet Earth away from him 10 times.
Another dad joke.
12 inches of Chuck.
Do y'all think that they believe these things that they say, or do you think they're going to just stoop to saying anything to prove a point?
Yep.
Personally,
it's a little from column A and a little from column B.
Yeah, I was going to say it depends on the person.
You can convince yourself of a lot.
Yeah.
That's a long 10 minutes, Flo. Just saying.
Yeah.
Including that somebody deserves anything that you make up, right? Once you get into that mindset,
where he's at,
then the truth and the shit that you make up are the same exact thing.
Well, watch how the relationships intermingle as well. You know, at one time they're going to be friends, and then they're not going to be friends, and then later on down the line, the other guy's going to have a beef with somebody else, and all of a sudden they're going to be friends again because he have a beef with them too. It's ridiculous.
I think that this is a pretty truthful comment. Flo is like a black light; he'll show all the nasty little stains trying to hide, because that's what I've noticed is that Flo gets a lot of hate from the shittiest of people. Like everybody that's like a normal, well-adjusted human is like, oh, I don't like Flo. I disagree with him at worst, and at best, like I like Flo. I like talking to him at best.
Well, I
It's
gave
kinda
you a solution to the entire problem earlier in chat, but you didn't put it up.
What is that?
Napalm.
Napalm.
What's
That's
that?
Chuck's solution to everything.
Chuck's
The
like
end
crying
all
baby.
be all.
Chuck's like crying baby. Well, napalm sticks to kids. Poverty, napalm. You can't be poor when you're on fire.
There you go.
Oh, that's some diabolical shit.
World hunger, napalm. You can't be hungry when you're on fire. Let's go.
Well, you forget you're hungry when you're on fire. That dude that just posted that he never catches us. I keep a regular schedule, so it's easy to know when I'm going to be on for the most part.
It's kind of off for me because I stream about once a week. I try to do Monday or Tuesday.
I have a schedule.
That's another thing too. If you want steady growth, you have to try to keep. You honestly want to keep a schedule like you do, Grid, but you have to at least have a time slot or time period where you stream between a certain time.
And if you're not gonna go live, you got to get in that Discord and get the word out. Hey, I'm not going out tonight. I'm tired. I'm banging my wife. Whatever the excuse is, you just let it. I'm not going to be live tonight, guys. Sorry.
That's a fact.
The StreamYard link is pinned for those of you who want to join. If you want the dono links, the StreamYard link, or the link to the Discord, you can check the description because the nightbot commands are in there. I will be posting the Discord in a little bit because we do watch parties and we try to play online games as well. But I don't know, man. This drama from I was hoping Teriyaki or Lindsay or somebody would try to pop by.
Tarek.
Teriyaki is he's probably still asleep. He's in Ireland,
Speaking of Teriyaki, I see that him and Coder have a debate planned on Raging Tomato and hello Sasquatch.
Did you see Coder's post on his community wall today?
What's going on here?
If you can't get any more gayer than that,
Chuck, could you pull it up?
Ortho, can you get it? I'm on my cell phone.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, I'll let you do it.
Yeah, Radical Coder does not like me for obvious reasons, but those reasons aren't what,
sir.
Well, those reasons aren't what you think they are. It has nothing to do with my political ideology.
It's that together coherent sentences.
No coherent sentences at all. Right. Radical Coder doesn't like himself because he's human, and he hates that his skin's lighter than other people's skin, and he can't claim victimhood status based on his.
Mostly hates that he's not a woman.
Yeah,
I was there, dude. I mean, we got to take this in levels and tiers. We don't know how far down the elevator goes, bro.
I definitely don't want to go to the bottom of that elevator. That's for sure.
Obviously, Coder was.
Yeah, that's it. Joe the whole thing. Joe the whole thing.
This ain't bad.
Is it? What is?
Keep scrolling. If you gotta get the dog. Oh, you can't get it all in one frame. It's got there you go. The dog and the lay and the little dick in his mouth there, that black thing, whatever that is, to the left.
All he needs is a cup of Starbucks.
I tried to like Coder, and I tried to approach him in a manner the way that I approach everyone else.
Good luck.
His hair.
And he wasn't having it, and he can't debate me, and I curve stomp him every time we have a discussion, and he does not like me.
Someone's asking for the caption of the post.
Ever since he's seen my avatar, that's it. The war's on.
What, your Tennessee and American flag?
Well, it says Tennessee for Trump.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no, he
no,
does. He
that's
does suffer TDS.
TDS. Like it is. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Look, what was it he was debating the other day? Who was it? It was
The
Chocolate.
caption says pulling up to the party like.
Oh yeah, that's
Rob,
gay.
was that Rob Noor he was debating?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
not.
him and Rob Noor have been into it a couple of times, and Rob likes it because Ryan absolutely, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but he cannot stop himself from just making shit up.
Well, actually, he's not just making shit up. He's repeating stuff that other people made up and said were true, and then refuses to update his database with any new information from any source that you claim, and says that your sources are trash. His sources are good, but it's Chat GPT in almost every case. So he's just a useless idiot wandering around doing what Chat GPT.
He literally uses Chat GPT while he's debating. Like what? And he's even been told it multiple times. You know that ChatGPT can't be trusted because it learns your preferences and it just gives you what you want to hear.
A large language model that gives you words you like.
It's just a search engine. It's fucking Google with no personality.
That is facts. That's the only reason I use it for it.
And it's crazy that he sits there while he's debating Rob Noor, who's literally just sitting back in his chair and wrecking Coder from memory. Like he's not even using notes. He's just fucking, this is just shit he's got in his head. And he is wrecking this dude left and right. And Coder's sitting there fucking ChatGPTing away, baby. He just can't do it.
What's the name of the channel he was debating on?
Raging Tomato.
Oh, tomatoes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen this debate. I remember this shit.
They did another one themselves too. There's a few of them. I don't know where the other two are, but I know there's at least 3 debates between them two. And the first one happened like spur of the moment. They met and sparks flew.
Yeah, I don't like him either. Shockingly,
it's not that I don't like him. I just don't like how dishonest he is with his approach. Right?
Yeah.
Like. He's not here to gain any ground. He is here to find other useful idiots to march and sync with him. He's here to create himself an echo chamber.
So what's funny is, and I know Sasquatch feels this deep.
What's so deep?
Fucking Coder, man, is like he's so dishonest that if you give him information, if you actually give him the answer with links and you know all the backup you can possibly give someone, he will still deny it, and he will pull shit out of his ass and tell you to accept it. He literally is no different than the Furby.
Right?
Yeah. No different.
Exactly.
What do we call those type of people, and how do you respond to them?
Right. Delusional.
Sasquatch is absolutely right. He is not here to change anyone's mind or even attempt to. He's not even here for reasonable debate. He's here to create an echo chamber. My whole shtick is to create a network. He will not network with anybody who is not a leftist. He will not network with anybody who's not a communist. That is his reason for being here. And not laws, you can say I'm projecting, but you can go to his own channel where I made the offer to network with him and he said no.
He's an activist, bro. If you're not reflecting the same energy back that he's getting and you're not being dunked on by his Chat GPT tricks, he's not interested. He doesn't want to go through another Rob Noor unless you have 20,000 subscribers. He's willing to take a beat down to try to pick up a handful of other people that think like him. Like not long.
And that's why every time he talks to me, he winds up having a pouty bitchy face like, oh, never mind, I ain't gonna say all that. But he winds up having a pouty, bitchy face like he does because I specialize in curve stomping leftists in debates. I know that sounds gay as fuck, but it's fun for me.
It is pretty homoerotic, bro. I got to tell you. But then again, I'm into that kind of shit.
I just feel like that's the behavior and that's the tactic of a lot of people for nefarious reasons. I can't think of a time that behavior would be used for anything good.
It's just self-preservation. People are deeply attached to their personal beliefs, and when you question their personal beliefs, it's like questioning their identity. Denial is a hell of a drug.
Welcome, Stan
Hello,
the man.
Stanley.
Thank you for in chat. I'm
No one ever
assuming
beats
this is the black light. No, no one ever beats Stanley. He just yells over you.
Yeah, that's Flo. He cammed up in the back.
How you doing, Flo?
Damn, he's got a voice mod too.
That's my black light voice.
Oh.
I thought I smelled a bitch.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, Grid's here.
What
Right.
is this?
Random.
Look like a
I am
toad.
here.
I was told we
Flo,
were going
you-
to talk. We were talking about my drama, but this is like some other
Yes.
weird shit.
But we
we
go
We
back
were
to-
were talking about your drama, but you took too long to get up here.
Hey, you were taking a
Grid, you've
shit.
known me long enough that you should know when I say 10 minutes, I mean 20.
Oh, here. Okay,
I
we gotta use one.
forget how feminine you
Oh,
truly
no
are.
offense,
so.
yeah, but we gotta
Flo
use one.
has his black card, therefore he moves on CP time. That's
Thank
part
you.
of
I was about to correct Grid. It's not feminine. I'm black.
Well,
that does
some
make sense
would
about
say
the
very little
Indian argument
difference.
yesterday.
So you're saying you're black from the waist up?
Yes, primarily.
Ooh.
Or is it
explains
from
the
the-
baby that explains the baby oil argument you had with me yesterday.
How could you possibly need so much baby oil with such a small penis?
I'm
Right?
telling you, he's probably using it for multiple purposes. You know what? No, I'm not getting into this
Yeah,
bullshit.
no, it's the big girls.
Yeah, like how much more baby oil would you need just because your dick is bigger?
God damn, look at this little maggot following us around. And then
Oh,
he's
is that
no,
him?
no, us. He's following you.
And then he's like, oh, gang stalking.
He's following you around. He didn't say anything until you came up.
Exactly.
What's up,
Yeah,
Boo
and anybody that poses they're a victim or somebody's attacking them through a method of gang stalking and then shows up in their playground can't be doing anything but whining and crying.
Yeah.
And this is why I say this isn't for Lindsay's nudes. This has everything to do with, well, it has a lot to do with Flo.
I stand by Tendo's now when I think this is a white knight attempt to get her nudes without him having to ask for them.
Mm-mm.
You might as well ask for him at that point.
Yeah, dude,
As a
save
prize?
yourself time and headache and just ask for the
As a
damn thing.
reward.
Yeah.
As a reward.
Gotcha.
Oh, he wants to be a good little doggy and get his kibbles. That's
Look,
nice.
let me tell you, if you ask, it works. I mean, if I ask, it works. You've got maybe a worse chance, but try it.
Flo, did you know I gave you
Have a good day, sir.
$1,500 last night?
I'm sure he
did
figured it out, Chuck.
Wow.
No,
That's
you
the
God
word on
damn.
That's the word on the street.
I was gonna say, like, what the fuck? I thought that you were saying that.
I mean, that might
Oh.
sound like a lot, but I have Chuck's nudes.
Oh man, those are valuable. You
All
get $1,500 a day for them.
Yeah, gig.
Support
Well, I got-
the Griffno State. Free drinks in the Griffno State.
Well,
Go
not
ahead,
really
Ortho.
free, but yeah.
They come out of your
Well,
tithing. and
you pay with everything but everything but money.
Right?
Yeah, everybody's welcome, but everybody's got to pay.
That got real quiet.
All right, fuck this shit. I'm out.
Gary's
The
comment.
guy's
I'm out.
question here is the Tarek or whatever.
Yeah, he reigns in chat.
T Reigns. Ah, I see.
Oh, is he
And the
here?
link's posted, so put your money where your dick sucker is, and come on up.
That's
Yeah,
funny you call it a
he-
dick sucker because I was just about to mention like the fucking smacking noises. First of all, how we diagnosed his mouth smacking. Second of all, what? Why can't he stop it?
Chucky is here.
Well,
Flo,
I just heard you. I just heard you over at Hank's crying about gang stalking and ganging up. You are such a liar.
Link's right there. You can click it.
I really like that try hard avatar of his. That's where do you go to get those? I probably don't go there because it's probably
It looks a little AI generated.
Is that like a rabbit ninja or something?
No, that is the opposite.
Try hard. It's supposed to incite like.
That's one of the armors from the original Witcher series. That's one of the guys who just backhands out of existence. Had wearing a big penis on his head, got veins all over the armor. You remember look like big black dicks.
Man, I'm just not nerdy enough for the internet.
I've got to be honest. I'm not used to seeing such pick me kind of bullshit. But well, whatever.
Not from men, at least. Not
from men. I get a lot of it from women, but that's just because they're women. But from dudes, you expect a little better.
This is the modern era, there, dude. Like some men.
Yeah, you gotta destroy your expectations when it comes to energy.
I gotta lower my expectations like a lot.
we literally had a conversation about how mentally disabled a lot of these people are. So you gotta compensate somehow. If they're gonna act like women,
he's over there changing his avatar right now, trying to be.
Do you think you are of average intelligence and above?
Me personally, or are you asking the panel?
You Grid, you average intelligence.
Me? Oh fuck!
I believe I'm average intelligent.
I'm actually shocked that I can do math.
Right. Okay, so you're saying slightly below average then.
Probably.
You still stand.
Damn.
That means 40% of people that you encounter are dumber than you are, bro.
That checks out.
That's a fat number.
It makes sense suddenly, doesn't it?
If that wasn't a backhanded compliment.
Derek not coming up is an example when I was saying he's a predator earlier.
I think he ran. Why would he run? All I said was his
he
avatar.
will for somebody that he views as weak, that he can challenge and make things. But when it comes to actual flow, he will not stand up to flow because he never wants to really burn that bridge for flow.
Not only that, but it's a whole panel full of men.
Yeah. So here's the thing: if my masculine energy is too much for T-Reigns to come up, you can kick me. I won't mind. It's cool.
I think we might have to get rid of everybody.
Wait a minute.
Everybody but Cynthia.
Everybody but Cynthia, yeah.
El Piro just said it was a whole panel of men.
Look at all you non-men whining because I correctly identified the man on the panel. Thank you, Cynthia. It's not your fault that these dudes can't handle facts. Look, one of them's even named Tranny Chief White Knight. Come on now.
Well, hold on. Let's try that for a minute.
Here we go.
So what am I supposed to be doing right now? Am I supposed to be trying to get him to come up? Am I the only woman on the panel bit? I'm not sure. All I know is there is a predator down there in the chat who, when faced with a woman, he has not an issue putting out my phone number. He has not one issue putting out my name and keeping it up. He does, however, have an issue of coming up and talking to Flow State man to man. And I question, is it because he is not a man?
Fair enough.
It was the try hard energy for me with that avatar.
Apparently his balls don't work.
Yeah, he called me a bitch, and I'm like, you can't call me a bitch if your balls don't work, sir. If you can't produce your own testosterone, don't call me a bitch.
Is he even still in chat? He's probably being quiet. Man.
Well, let's get back to the main event. Flo, would you like to describe the drama as it started between you and Lindsay and involving Teriak and the rest of them? So it comes from a primary.
Teriak is the little leprechaun.
He's the leprechaun dude.
Okay, so there we were. Lindsay was giving me a head and Teriak was sitting in the cuck chair.
Oh shit.
Lindsay told me beforehand, she said, Flo, warn me before you bust. I said, okay, and I smirked because I assumed she knew that I would not warn her. That I would not warn her. Now, I didn't warn her, and I assumed...
Sir, this is an issue of 1983, January. You read this out of a Hustler magazine.
This is real fucking life. This is real life. I did not warn her. I assumed that she could tell when it was about to happen, but she could not. She got a hot shot straight to the back of the throat, puked all over my dick, and then ran out of the room crying. I was laughing my ass off, and Teriak got really mad. We've been on the outs since then.
I thought he cleaned you up, Flo.
Is it because he used his hair to clean up with?
Well, she ran out crying because I was laughing so hard. Like, she did it very gracefully. She managed to puke with my dick in her mouth without biting at all. Not a tooth touched me.
Well, she knew better.
But then Tarek started crying because he saw Lindsay crying, and then he ran out of the room after her. But he's really
again. His comment is an example of what I mean. He is a predator, but he will not face a man. He looks for people that he think is weaker than him.
Hey, he's back.
He can dominate to appear to be manly to other men. He's posturing to you men, but he will not go up against you.
Can we address Lauren's comment real quick? You see,
it tasted so bad. She puked.
She didn't have time to taste it. It wasn't the taste; it was the velocity.
The velocity.
The velocity.
Volume. You mean volume?
The volume.
It was like
the viscosity. It was the viscosity.
I was going to say the velocity. What'd you go? You
it was like it was like getting hit with an airsoft pellet in the back of the throat.
It was kind of reminiscent of that scene from that one Will Smith movie where he's a superhero. Mountain
Let me tell you.
I'm pretty sure
in my younger days, I could clear a distance.
That discussion was way off terms of service.
Tarek,
it's stated in such a graceful way. Anyways, that's the lore story of us and how we got to be here.
So is Tarek mad that he wasn't the one that got the blowjob, or was he mad that he didn't get to clean you up?
I'm not quite sure.
He was like, I'm the one who brought the napkins, King. Why didn't you give me the head pats?
But no, the like
you're good at that.
What?
I just lost my train of thought entirely.
And
oh
I'm
yeah, what
good
happened? So anyways, so the bullshit with Lindsay started a while back. Like she introduced herself to me with some sort of an agenda. But really things went. The first squabble we had was we were both in the live chat of someone else's stream. I don't even remember who it was, but I was apparently flirting with other girls, and she got jealous and flipped out, which is wild as shit. Because
before or after she was after Based Oracle's spot?
way before. Based Oracle was a fake to try to get my attention.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no, this was way before, and she spazzed the fuck out and. Anyways, calmed her down, and then I don't know, a month later, when she dropped Easy's link in my chat, I took her wrench away, and I, said a few. I'm kind of volatile or a little bit reactive sometimes, and I cool off quickly. But I don't know. I said a few rude words. I took a wrench away, and then my intention was to give it back to her and talk to her after the stream. But she immediately also got reactive and started going all around and flipping the fuck out, and things just escalated from there. So there's not really a fantastic backstory. We just sort of stay stuck looping on the same old bullshit.
Yeah, hose mad essentially.
Right.
So I gave her the opportunity to come up here and say her piece without anybody interrupted, just me and her one-on-one.
So she's sent out to several people is she doesn't have receipts. There's nothing going on. I don't even know what she thinks she's accusing me of, right? She's using I'm doing air quotes, the receipts claim as a vehicle to smuggle out and dox my cell phone number.
And that is a fact, because I have not had. I've only talked to Dusty on stream and a few times in Discord DMs. Never had his number. Now I do, because of the shit that she sent me.
She didn't, and these aren't screenshots. This is a fucking spreadsheet that she made, and at the very top, she put my name and my entire phone number in big font, right? So
yeah,
she's trying to smuggle out my cell phone number and get other people to do her dirty work for her. So, the receipts are out there. Chuck's got some. Orthodox Guy got some. I don't care about people seeing that, but I would appreciate people not encouraging her to display receipts, because it's just the vehicle by which she doxes my phone number.
I see Wicked Wally's in the chat, so now it's a party.
And with everything that Flo's just said about Lindsay, Tarek's not going to have one problem with it, but the second I say something, he's going to feel the need and justification of doxing me and doing horrible, and now he's going to dox my family.
Like I said, every time Flo talks about this, you fucking catch a stray down the street. Stop going outside. It's not safe.
But that's what he wants. He wants everybody away from Flo. He is trying to cause division amongst Flo. Like I said, if you're not a part of it, you're going to divide it, and if you can't divide it, you're going to try to destroy it.
You know what? This might be a good time for me to have a reuniting with Snafu, at least temporarily.
Well, he said he has your back on this, over on Hanks.
Look at he said doing things. Yeah, I heard that earlier, and I heard that he's, you know, I gotta say, I think that he's right in this too. So I don't have any desire to like spend a lot of time with that fucking lip smacker. But I know somebody who does, and I'd be happy to support him in that endeavor.
Flo, why are you just out here abusing these women, man? What's going on?
Abusing these women
because they keep following me around. It hurts so good.
Oh my god, like an abusive husband. You know what I mean? Like Alfredo again. Bam! Right in the face.
No, hold on. I got something for this. Hold on.
Yes, you ever hear
Please don't tell me it's the fucking. Please don't tell me
it's the. You know exactly what it is.
Please don't tell me it's what.
You know exactly what it is. Y'all go ahead. I'll get it pulled up. Y'all go ahead and get it pulled up.
Chicken Alfredo again.
Yeah.
Just violence.
I'm just saying, when I'm pulling up, this is Flo to Lindsay every fucking time she talks.
You see your threat, Flo?
Yeah, Tarek, I don't care about whatever that thread is at all. Not at all. You can put it up right now. I don't think it exists, but I absolutely don't care. If anything, that's motivated me more to team up with Snafu because you're a whole ass bitch. There's nothing in the world that you have that I'm scared of.
This is Flo. This is Flo every time Lindsay brings up the shit.
I was raised in a broken and abusive household. I ran away to Hong Kong, where I met triad boss Kenny Wu, my first love.
That is Flo every time. Bitch, this chicken is cold.
I think there's a generational problem with not cooking chicken properly there, honestly.
Yeah.
I would hate it for my trauma to be food related. I love food too much.
Oh man, but I mean, Tarek, the link is posted. If you would rather, because like it's weird. That's the first time he addressed Flo at all.
Yeah, because he's scared of Snafu. Because Snafu's getting nastier with him than I do. I try not to. I try not to stoop to certain levels, right? Because I feel like once you stoop to a level, you stay stuck at that level much of the time. You don't ever resurface from it. You know, people try to like dabble once on a one-off into scum, and they stay stuck in scum. Tarek is scum. And
video. Oh, it's threatening your channel. Okay.
No, you don't have shit. You're such a loser.
That reminds me of someone else I know that talks like that.
Well, then look,
there's a lot of people on this internet.
I mean,
whose pussy did you tickle the wrong way this time?
Lindsay's.
I mean, that is basically the source of all. It's pussy zero.
This is pussy. This is pussy 05.
Jesus Christ!
Right in the chat.
You've been tickling pussy long enough. You think you know how to do it right by now?
I think I'm pretty good at it.
I mean, yeah, she's crazy. She can't get enough.
Is that what the problem is? You're just so good at it. You make them fucking. You give them a.
You make them want to slash your tires.
Seductive. It's a good thing I live in Kansas and she lives in California.
If Lindsay admitted long time ago how Flo Straight treats her horrible, humiliates her, she's embarrassed, but she continuously goes back to have another loop, just to go back to have another loop. At what point is it? It's on Lindsay. Either she enjoys it, either she's stuck in the matrix and she can't get out, or it's just a manipulation tactic. And
I'm shocked Lindsay hasn't gotten here.
She loves that shit. She's 50 Shades of Grey with it.
Oh no, she got mad at me. She got mad at me because I wouldn't let her manipulate me. So she probably will never be back to my channel.
Oh, you poor guy.
Yeah, I know.
But still
so
watch.
good. It's Flo would say.
What?
As long as I'm over here, she will be. Tarek, how embarrassing is it, Tarek, that you've been running around carrying water, white knighting, and simping the whole time, and everybody here knows the minute that I invited her back, she would dump you right on the curb.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to see that. I ain't gonna lie.
So you telling me this whole thing, this whole little drama spiel, is the fact that is because you stole his bitch?
No,
yeah, it sounds like.
That's what it sounded like.
No, so she tried to. I don't even know how to. Cynthia explained that. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't have the words. She was never my bitch. She was never his bitch, but she like designated her. I don't know.
Just admit it, Flo.
Huh?
Lindsay is weird. I'm not gonna lie. Lindsay's weird.
Oh yeah. Imagine that you meet weird people on the internet.
She's hurt by Flo.
They
She
can't be
really thinks that there was an attachment, that he viewed her as something special and better than most. And when she begins to feel embarrassed or rejected by Flo, this is the type of behavior she does. Now, why she chooses to attack Chuck, myself, and Snow and others around him, I have not a clue. But Tarek follows her lead. And
It's classic isolation, right? How do you get somebody to depend on you? You cut off all their other sources of social support.
Well, the funny thing is, right?
Hold up. Can it just be vindictive bitch syndrome?
But doesn't that die out? Doesn't that die out and you move on to somewhere new?
No.
It could be vindictive bitch stuff, but I don't think it is. I think that she's got a pattern of seducing people into a position of leverage is the impression I get. She certainly has attempted for 3 years to do that with me. But I don't do sneaky shit. So she couldn't expose me for anything. But yeah, no, I think that she gets dudes to compromise themselves just by watching the way she moves.
You heard how the final straw that made me dislike Teriyaki is I could not talk to Lindsay yesterday.
Tarek.
He's never gonna stop saying teriyaki.
It's called. We do a little gaslighting. Anyway,
okay, I'm
retarded. So Teriyaki. Anyway,
all of us.
Fucking what made the final straw? Like I already didn't like that he randomly doxed Miss Cynthia because I think all doxers are scum, right? And that's kind of why I originally started fucking messing with him and joking around with him. But what made me absolutely not like him is I couldn't even have that one-on-one talk with Lindsay. Because like I asked, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, I asked her, did you think that he was gonna leave Mrs. Flo for you? Like, was it gonna be something serious? Like, you seem very hurt by y'all's interaction. And Terry fucking just busted on there. Don't answer that, Lindsay. It's like, bruh, let the woman answer the questions. You're making her look bad by trying to cover for her.
He totally does. He totally makes her look worse all the time. And it was really funny the other day when she accidentally sent me the message she meant for him. Which basically said as much. It said, Tarek, don't engage in the drama. Yeah, she doesn't trust you, rightfully so. And you make things worse.
Wait, so you mean tell me that your phone number is still saved in her phone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
That's kind of crazy.
No,
that shows that. That shows.
And she she sent me a text that she meant for him. Yes, sir.
Question: Don't you have to have a phone number in your phone in order to have it blocked?
I don't know.
No, you can just block. You can just block straight numbers.
You can just block it now.
But if you're blocked, can anything you send, will it even go out? Because
no, you're not. If you block a phone number, you can't. At least on my iPhone, you can't send a number to a text message to a blocked number, and you can't receive a message from a blocked number.
You have to unblock it, which I'll be real with you. I don't even know how to unblock it. So
I don't either.
You gotta go to your setting, and you gotta find block.
Which lets it know that he wasn't.
No,
blocked.
Chaser. The answer to that is no.
Is Lindsay the same person? No.
Damn, we got Kat and Lauren in the chat. We got Arctic. What's up, everyone? How's it going?
You scaled up your heavy hitter audience in a hurry.
Yes.
I know.
Thank you,
It took
Flo.
me-
Thank
it took
you.
me
Thank
like
you, Flo.
2.5 years to drag these motherfuckers together.
Yeah, but see,
You can thank me anytime you want.
you crawled so I could run.
Exactly. You did the legwork so we could
You
truly
know what? When you
flourish.
sit on the shoulders of giants before you to conquer the panelverse, you better make a statue of me or something.
Thank
Oh
you.
no, no, no.
Who was here
and your-
first, Ortho?
Thank you and your brother's body.
That would be Chuck and Lauren. Chuck and Lauren were here first.
Thank
Chuck
you.
first, then Lauren. But no, like Flo is right. People sit here and they accuse me of being a ball washer. I'm not a ball washer. I'm thankful to somebody who helped me grow my channel and gave me good advice. I'm not gonna turn my back or just believe you because you say you were victimized.
Nah, you're a ball washer.
If you don't have proof,
But also, like, as much as Orthodox Guy is probably getting tired of trying to be so objective, like putting so much effort into that, because I think he's finding that I'm just always right about people.
yeah. Again, is this how that feels? Because when I say it, I realize why people hate me. But like, no, you're absolutely right. Because I went the fuck off on Lindsay when she called me manipulative last night when we were back here. I literally called her a bitch and a cunt to like as close to her face as I could on the internet. It wasn't because of what she said to Flo. I was literally like, bitch, I'm literally giving you the fucking ability to say your piece without any interruption from anybody else, myself included. And she's like, you're just Flo's friend. You're trying to manipulate me. I don't owe you. I was like, no, dumb cunt. You don't owe me shit, but don't be a fucking bitch.
Were you getting guilt by association?
I mean, that's how Cynthia got wrapped up into it. So
just one second, guys. Is Tarek the tryhard going to come up or
no?
I got to go soon. I just want to, I'm just trying to plan my night.
No, he won't.
He's not going to come up. He's a pussy.
I don't think he will.
Yeah. He's a pussy.
We asked him up here at least 4 times already.
Such many cases. Sorry, Grit. I know you wanted that.
I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, it's not like my whole night, but it was going to be a good, it was a nice little bump.
It's gonna be something to talk about.
Well, if you had any roids, he'd have come up.
It's testosterone injections, not
Hold on a
roids. His
second.
balls don't work.
Tarek, come up here while Grid's here, or else I'm gonna make a new hit short on Lindsay. Go ahead.
He doesn't want to.
Oh, wait. Hold on. We do have a donation.
He's going to do that anyway, but still.
Oh, Griff no stay time. Griff no stay time.
This is from Gorilla Biscuits. I like your channel. Thank you, sir. And you get you some booty. Here we go. Here we go with the booty. Damn, where's the booty?
When you jiggle, jiggle, it folds. I'd like to see you wiggle, wiggle, for sure. Make me wanna dribble, dribble. Riding in my Fiat, you really have to see